Hey guys, it is early June here. The exciting part as a deer hunter, we know the bucks are growing their antlers, the fawns are dropping, and you know what, this is a time when deer season just right around the corner. But the big buck work is, as they always say, never stops. So we have been fortunate up here in Kansas that we have gotten rain this year. Yeah, you heard me say it, we've gotten rain this year. So we're going to be looking at our ponds today that I built last year. We're going to, we planted the soybeans and the milo and head feed and used anabolic grow. So we're going to be going and looking at those. And then we're going to hang some sets today, trim some other trees, and just big buck work it. You know, that's what we're going to do. So, but it make you smile knowing that it's so green, and they've had like 8 inches of rain in 2 weeks. So what a blessing. Guys, to really dig into this hunt, a deer we call Caddy, I mean, really kind of where he got his name is, I got to go back to like 2022, the summer is, you know, basically we had the Caddyshack farm and we'd had it a year. It was unbelievable. Really didn't have many deals of really selling it, but then just kind of got the right offer. Anyway, we sold it in August, and we had a ton of big bucks on it. It was unreal. The amount of bucks that were on this place. We had soybeans on it. We had done a ton of work to it, and basically I took the money and I bought another farm, literally about 2 miles away. And you know, it was kind of heartbreaking. I mean, had all those bucks, but at the same time, we got to buy a piece of ground that Cole and I actually drove by a million times, saying, "Man, that's what we need. We need that farm." And anyway, we got the farm. It was August. It was right at the season. We couldn't hardly do anything. The farm had been grazed down with cattle. It had been, you know, just not taken care of as far as a wildlife management or, you know, farm, if you will. Nevertheless, it had a creek on it. It had timber on it, and it was kind of smack dab in the middle of big deer country up here in you know, Harper County. So we kind of go into the year and started getting a few bucks off the bat, but not very many. Really didn't know what to think of the farm. And so we started getting a few bucks more into October. And I was ended up hunting another farm and killing on November 6th on another farm up there. But I think it was end of October, 1st of November, I believe. And a buck shows up that's broke up. But you could tell the way he was broke, you could still tell that he was like an 8x7. And anyway, we got to look at him and thought, man, that deer had to come over from Caddy. And so we just started calling him the Caddy buck. Didn't know for sure because we didn't really recognize him, but I just knew he had to come from, there were so many bucks over there. And I'm just going to tell you, you could look at his body and you could tell that he was, I would say 6 or 7. That's what I, you know, just as I looked at him. And, you know, he was a buck he walked around literally like a 3-year-old. He was broke. We weren't going to shoot him, but we knew he was mature. And all of a sudden, that farm kind of come into its own. And there was lots of big bucks on it, as far as solid bucks. I mean, a lot of mature bucks, and they were walking around there daylight. It was like a zoo in there. And Cole was pretty much the only one that had the tag. And, you know, obviously you guys saw him. He goes after what we call just a big Booner buck that was on there, and he kills him. But as the season went, it was just it was unreal to wake up every day and to look at those trail cameras, those cell cameras that were sending to our phones. And there were just big bucks walking around all over it. And then there was younger bucks that were going to be studs walking around all over it. We were really at that point totally excited. And literally even ending that season last year, I just thought, man, that Caddy buck, he's going to be 7 or 8. He's an 8x7. I mean, I was pretty doggone excited about him, and really kind of he was on my mind going into the 2023 season for sure. As 2023 start it. Obviously it really, hunting season never ends for us in a sense, from shed season to, starting to farm and design those farms and do everything that we do. Lots of tractor work, lots of hot weather up there, filling up water troughs, just everything that we could think of to do to get those farms ready for the next year. We started that, and we talked about bucks in length, from stickers to the hook buck to obviously the Caddy buck, all that stuff. You just got so much excitement. But as the season got here, we knew that it ended with Caddy. He was all over it. I'm talking January, February, March, and then obviously dropped, and you couldn't tell who was who. But I had a good feeling maybe if we put enough food on it, we would get Caddy right off because he was on our farm late. So we got rain, we got soybeans up, we got head feed up, we got food plots in, water troughs, no pressure. The farm looked unbelievable. And we just kept looking. And stickers, there were stickers, but when he looked good. And then there's, the G3 buck or whatever. And just no Caddy. We were driving around one night, and we were kind of over by that Caddyshack farm, driving back roads like we do to look at deer. And we seen a field, and it had giants on it. And one of them, we thought maybe it was Caddy. Didn't really take the shape of his rack in a sense, the frame, but nevertheless, he had a lot of points. We thought maybe that's Caddy. And but at the same time, we're looking. Okay, I always like to look at history. In history, it'll tell you a lot of times if a deer is going to stay on you, if he's going to show up at a certain time. And the year before, he showed up somewhere around November. So I thought, well, maybe he just won't show up till then. So as we went, I'm not picking up my bow. I'm going hunting a little bit, past a pretty good buck and hook because he's a 4-year-old. But in a sense, I'm just kind of going through the motions, waiting on Caddy. That was my whole deal, just every day, looking at the trail camera, everything, Chancey had shot a good buck off the farm. And I thought that might open up the farm too, because that was a mature buck he shot. But day after day after day, no Caddy. Listening to the rumbles in the town if somebody shot a giant and weren't hearing that. And I mean, literally got to the point where I'm thinking, the deer is not coming. And then lo and behold, we come back home, and I remember I got to the office on a Monday morning, and Cole was hunting in northwest Oklahoma, and I was going to grab Ty, and we were just going to go hunt. And I had in my mind, we're going to go hunt decoy. And Cole sends me a picture that morning as I'm getting out of the truck at the office and says, here's the Caddy buck. And sure enough, I look down, and there's Caddy. And it's 100% him. 2 pictures of him's all we got, though, just 2 minutes. And he was gone. We had what's nice about the stealth cell cams. At 6 this morning, I'd about given up. I was actually, Ty don't even know this yet, but I was fixing to call him and say, we're going after decoy. It's probably a 6 or 7 year old. It's a 140s. And I was just going to say, you know what, we're going to go after him, and it'll be a good hunt. And then the buck I've been waiting on all year long, Caddy. And I only got 2 pictures. We ain't got a good look at him, but we're going. He ain't broke. Lord willing, we'll catch up with this sucker. A lot of history last year, so let's go. Kansas, here we go. But nevertheless, I went after him. And it was like hunting a ghost. It was those 2 pictures, and that was it. The year before, he walked around like a 3-year-old. You could have had him in daylight. You had him on every camera. And for whatever reason, a week goes by, no Caddy, no pictures, and it's just like you're hunting the air. At that point, I'm really just still, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, this deer's got to be walking around somewhere. Unless somebody killed him in rifle. But I thought, you know what, we're going to go into the number one likely place I think he would be is running up and down Bluff Creek there. Right, a set that we had put in that Cole had shot the Booner out of the year before, and Cole and I had a good wind, and we were just going to go in, and we had some good pressure, and I thought, maybe he'll move through here, maybe he's just not getting himself on camera. And we rolled into that hunt, not expecting a lot, but knew we were in an area. If we did see him, we might get a shot at him.
Well, guys, December 11th, we've already had a couple bucks come through, little bucks. If we were to kill a pigeon, it would be unreal footage. We're as tight to bedding as you can get right here. And still being able to see just an unbelievable place. Still 2023, which means it's the toughest deer season we've ever seen. And actually, I'm just going to say it, that's the toughest I've ever heard about. Because it ain't just us, it's all over the country. And so anyway, we will, we're after a buck we call the Caddy buck. We got his picture right here a week or so ago, and I'm sure he's locked down with a doe, but hopefully a doe would drag him by. Maybe he'll get in between does. And it's weird talking like this, I know, December 12th, but that is what we're seeing. We're seeing bucks locked down out in the middle of wheat fields and this and that. So, I mean, it's to the point where we don't have a lot of skill in this right now other than just putting the wind in our face and being somewhere where he could walk by, because that's basically what we're dealing with. We just don't know where they're at. And trail cameras, to be honest, ain't helping us a lot because they're just so sporadic. And if you start chasing a trail camera this year, you're in trouble. So we're going to set tight. I got my bow ready to go. Hopefully we'll see some bucks. I know some big. Hopefully we see the Caddy buck. I mean, I don't even know how big he is, but he's definitely 7 or 8, I would guess. And based on the one picture, I think he's at least got 16 scorables. So he'd be definitely something to want, because we want him. Just a matter of if the good Lord's going to bring him to us. We'll see. Deer coming right here in the timber. There's a nasty 6-point. Might just be 2, but that deer's no good. Dude, right here. Big deer. It's stickers. Stickers right here. That is a giant. His body looks like a doe's. He is a giant though. Or at least it looks like it from 10 yards. Dude, I first seen him, I thought, oh my gosh. Stickers just walked in. Just came by from right to left. I looked up and he looks like a 175. But his body's little, so I don't think he's that big, but he's big. I mean, and he's banged up pretty good. Might get a better look at him here in a little bit. Gosh darn, I think I'm just gonna shoot him. I mean, look at his body sticking out there. If I was into shooting 4-year-olds, I'd kill him. I mean, I ain't joking. When I went like Caddy, scared me to death. Is there another deer back there? I don't see anything, but don't mean there ain't. I said if Caddy was here somewhere, a camera would get him. And I no more pull my phone out. And there he is. He's about half a mile from here, if that. He's big.
So after the picture, I mean, obviously now you're feeling better about yourself. You're feeling better, but at the same time, I'm like, man, this is just crazy. I mean, we're getting a picture, but is he gonna just be running around, be on somebody else's farm? You know, he definitely wasn't settling in doing one thing or another. Had a ton of east winds, and we were hunting that creek all we could. I was going by history where he might be from the year before. And then I did see a north wind coming, a northwest wind, and I knew turning around from that several days of east, it could make him move. All right, guys. Well, Cole went duck hunting this morning. I slept in because it's raining. And, man, I've spent a lot of good time with the Lord this morning. And my heart is ready for a big buck. How about that? So we're just going to go get in the vicinity. Basically, we're going to go set on a wheat field tonight in a hawk blind, and it's a pinch how we got it, but it's a pinch of probably 100 yards where he'd walk by, more than likely. We need the Lord to just shine on us and bring him in perfect, and if he does, we'll do our very best to shoot him right behind the shoulder. So I feel good that we'll probably see him tonight. He was on his feet 30 minutes after daylight in front of a camera, so he's probably not laying too far. But now it's just scared getting in because we're going to be exposed for a while walking in. So hopefully we can pick that time, we'll glass, make sure nothing's out there on the field, and get in and where he don't see us. So that's the plan. I'm excited, real excited today that we could kill him. Definitely see him, but that we could kill him. He's right there. I mean, I literally, when we get in the blind, if he's not 200 yards from us, if he's more than that, I'd be real surprised. So, and I believe he will be on the wheat tonight, whether he's got a doe or not. I think he'll be there. So, see you in a bit. Guys, we are heading in to kill, in a sense. I mean, I really believe we're going to get in this hawk blind, and this deer is going to be fairly close. It's all about deer already on their feet. But we had to wait on the wind. It's noon now. The wind shifted to the west. It's shifted to the northwest, which is good. So it's kind of I really believe we'll see this deer tonight. And I'm just praying we get a crack at him at, close range. We're going right in here to my Booner Farm, and Lord willing, Cole shot a Booner off of it last year, first year we had it. I've never shot a deer off of it, and Lord willing, I shoot a Booner off of it. So we'll see.
Over here, we got a tree stand hung. But it's actually, you need a straight west or southwest or west-southwest, something like that. We got a northwest, which is going to parallel this edge going this way. So we should be okay. There's basically about 75 yards between me and the edge. So if they go right down the edge, I won't be able to shoot them. But if they come this way a little bit, we would be in business. He's definitely rutting. We literally got a feeder right here in the corner, and which is about 135 yards. And he walked by it this morning, but never ate. And so it tells me he has definitely got nothing but does on his mind, which we are in a very good place where there should be a lot of does tonight. Nevertheless, he's here. It's a deer I've been talking about all year. Exceptional. Probably a 7. I'd guess 7 or 8, but definitely 6 or 7. For sure. Mature. And he's big, so fingers crossed tonight that the Lord, it's all up to him that he would bless finalizes tonight, but I'm optimistic that we could get a shot tonight. I'm optimistic, very optimistic that we'll see this sucker tonight. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Yes. You sure you don't want to let him go and I'll shoot him? He could very well get by us for sure, and we'll have to go at him next year. There he is. I'm gonna wait just a second. He looks like he's gonna come out in the field. No, he's he's right here. But he's looking, so I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna be as careful as we can. Yeah, I don't know if I should open it or not. He's sure looking. Alright, you ready? Hang on. See him right there. He's looking dead at the blind, that's for sure. Wonder if I should get back. Here you go. Mind your way. I'll listen for a little bit when he gets out. He's gonna come in here. Did that just happen?
How far was that?
20.
It's 350. They just shot a 1-8.
Thank you, Lord. I can't even tell you guys. I even said, I called it. I said, I feel like he's going to come from his way. But I just shot a giant, I don't know how big he is, but a deer I had so much history with. A deer that kind of set this farm last year. It's December. What's the date?
15th.
December 15th, and I just may have shot my biggest bow buck of all times. It's incredible. I can't even describe it. Cold duck hunting this morning. Dude, that works. I just shot maybe the biggest buck of my life with a bow. A deer that we had so much history with, a deer that was broke up last year, a deer that we've hunted, and he's been a ghost. We're just hunting him, didn't have no clue, and today we just watched him come 200 yards across this field, checking a doe right here to our right, and walks by at 20 yards. I'm sitting in a blind. We put this blind in the summer, and I walked all over this field where to put it, and the distance we did, and this and that, and it just worked. And the thing of it is you can go back to my opener. If the good Lord wanted me to shoot him, that's what I was going to do. That's where I put my hope. And that's what just happened. He came all the way up, walked by this blind at 20 yards, and he's an absolute giant. It's all about the good Lord, and it's all about this deer. What a specimen. And he has not been on camera. We got him, 2 weeks ago? And then we got him the last 2 days.
8th was the first day.
I seen him from a distance, but I'm gonna tell you, he's run down, I'm sure, but a big, mature buck. And let me just tell you, I probably got his heart by that much. It reminds me a lot of Huckleberry, the way I killed him. The power of a wind turning from east or south to a north, and you can just feel the crisp in the air right now. Yeah, right here you can see I deal on this broadhead. Look at this, guys. Look what that little nitro did. Let me just show you right here. Look at that right there, that little broadhead. It is bad to the bone. Look at that. Oh my goodness, guys. Let me just tell you, I just think that the Lord, it's been a tough year. 2023 has been a tough year. Hunting, it's been a tough year on a lot of personal things. And I could not get by a day, I'm just going to tell you, without the good Lord. The good Lord is my rock. He's my strength in all that I do. And the thing of it is he's taught me, without him, I can do nothing. And so everything that I do, I include him, because he's everything. And even from making a shot and keeping it together, I mean, to this deer walking, like I said, you know, comes up to there, sees a doe, and ends up coming right by the blind at 20 yards. I stop him, perfect, great footage. And so all the praise to my Lord and Savior. And just thank you, Lord, that you're always looking out after me and helping me through all the rough times. But and then about the deer, I mean, the deer it's all about him. It's he ruled this farm, and he was a ghost. Let me tell you guys, a ghost. We saw him some last year, broke up, but we've never saw him this year. I think he's been right here under our nose, but we never saw him. And when I laid eyes on him right here. East wind turning north, west with cold temperature here. December 15th in Kansas. It just don't get much better. My own dirt, and I killed another one off my own dirt, and it just doesn't get, you know, the whole deal is full circle. Hard work. God has blessed me to be able to have dirt, and then these guys with Cole and Chancey and Daniel and Ty and Whitney and all of them, just they pour into everything that we do, and I'm gonna cherish this, guys. Again, I don't know how big he is. I don't really care. He's a big mature buck. He's the buck that I was after, and the good Lord blessed me.
You know, overall, after the hunt, you know, I boil it down to, it's all about the good Lord and what he teaches us in the trials and tribulations. And then I boil it all down to just the deer that God's created, in this buck being Caddy. I mean, the character that he had, the traveler that he was, which he beat me all year. But to be fortunate enough to catch up to him on December 15th and shoot him, you know, basically just a great shot that I feel fortunate to make, because it could have been just a little bit lower and I'd been in trouble. But again, I just owe everything to God for allowing us to endure, to making the shot, to being in a place where I didn't feel like we could shoot him, but God brought him right by us, and it happened. So, you know, hats off to the deer, and we will respect him. He will go on the wall, and definitely a hunt I think that Cole and I won't soon forget, and another memory out there in God's great outdoors. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. So like, subscribe, wherever it's at. Cole's got the buttons, and we'll see you in the next one.